Hi, I am trying out my new little Osmo Pocket 3 camera to maybe get to make a little project with y'all and show you a little bit about my tattooing. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. I would love that. And if not, and you just might be bored enough to follow along for a little free entertainment, that's just fine with me too. But I'm working on veg tan today, so I've got Herman Oak from Makers. Multiple thicknesses. I'm not reduced to only using veg tan with my tattoo machine, so that kind of is a nice little perk with it. It's kind of exciting to be able to tattoo on multiple types of leather. So I've even tattooed on genuine leather. So it's kind of a handy little option. It just gives a little versatility to what we do and just adds a little fun to our leather work. But today I want to make, I've got a commission piece for a saddle pouch. So this is a finished one that I've done. Obviously I've used it. It's getting a little worn out and you can see where it's gotten a little suntanned. But the basic idea, I definitely recommend the magnets from Makers, but beware when you let that happen on your horse the first time. They sometimes have an opinion. But yeah, this is just kind of one of the first ones that I made. So I've definitely improved upon it on this next one that I'm doing. And yeah, kind of give you the basic idea of the finished product. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see my pattern that I've drawn out. Basic idea, so it's a friend's brand. I don't know if it's trying to follow me. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on. There we go. So it's a friend's brand, and she requested that I do some leopard. So this one's not going to be in color. This is just going to be black and white, but I'm going to tattoo the flap, part of the front pocket, and both sides down the piece. So where I have this kind of finger carving here, that's all going to be tattooed as well. And I think that's kind of what sets the whole tattooing thing apart. With what I do versus like what other people might be able to do with putting color on leather. I can get finer lines than, I don't know, I'd like to go up against a laser just to see. My favorite thing to do is script work and lettering, because I can get such fine lines with it. And I mean, that's what makes it fun for me. The color part is awesome. I love to put color down on leather, but honestly, just the plain old black on leather or a single color on leather and doing like script work and fine lines is my favorite. Okay, I'm back. So I've taped up all of my artwork so you can kind of see that it's shiny. I like to always kind of warm up. I don't know if anybody else does this, but I just kind of like to warm up on a spot that so I can kind of get a feel for the leather even after it's cased. The good thing, I will say, Herman Oak is very consistent. But while I'm tracing this, I'm kind of trying to take into consideration how this leather feels today, because it will translate to my tattoo needle. I have devised this ink to avoid a lot of splatter. It took me a long time to figure it out and to get it fine-tuned, but I have it down pretty well now. I've got a handful of colors. A lot of times when I get orders, I do have to mix the specific colors that they might request to order, but for the most part I've got the basics. I use a lot of black, obviously, and I do finally have white figured out. So even through the antiquing process, my white doesn't really get funky. So yeah, you can, that's where I was going next with that. You can antique right over the ink. So it's pretty darn versatile. I've worked really hard. I'm pretty proud of my ink, but I digress. But we're gonna just start casing our leather a little bit and getting it nice and even. My mentor taught me don't spot case with these, because I was notorious before for spot casing with my spray bottles, and yeah, I had no idea that if you don't cover the entire piece every time that you do it, that you're starting to cause discoloration to your leather. Something else my mentor taught me: you're only as good as the mistakes you can fix. So I'm very good at flying by the seat of my pants and fixing things as I go. So yeah, here we go. gonna get this traced out and then get on to the fun part of tattooing. Please, any questions? I would love to hear them. I do not offer my ink yet for sale, but I have been working on trying to figure out how. I will also add about my ink, it can withstand a lot of abuse. I have horse tack from when I first started that I'm still using today, and the only thing that's changed is my leather has darkened. I can also tattoo right over dye without affecting anything. Okay, so this needle feels really good. This leather feels really good. I just kind of want to get that free flow feeling of our happy little trees. And it's kind of hard. I liken looking at the tattoo needle like stargazing, because you can't really see that needle. You just kind of have to have a good feel of where you're putting it, and that gets a little unnerving in some detail work. Tattooing is completed, so that is done, and I really hope that this can generate some traffic with some questions and maybe some interest. I am really excited to be playing with the idea of getting to start teaching this, and the more questions I get on the things that I'm putting out there now, the better I'm going to be able to do that job. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching. So this is the front panel and the flap. So we good to go there, and then I will start, I'll resist this with the resist that I use from Maker's Leather Supply, and, you know, just to seal it in there really well, just because I feel like it gives it a little extra buffer for the hard use that it is about to endure. And then I will get this all assembled and come back and show you the final product of what we made together. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I can't wait to show you the next project. Thanks for watching, and please, like I said, if you have any questions, I am looking forward to those, and I can't wait for the next one. So I'm excited to do the next one. Hopefully we're going to be able to start showing a little bit of putting some color down on leather. And I'd like to get, this next one will actually be on harness leather, so not veg tan. So a little more versatility. And then I've got a few more in the works that I'm hoping I've got some milled leather that I kind of want to experiment with, and yeah, a few others on the bench. So I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody has a great week.